right, Kenny, let's turn our attention to our next fight. It's Uppercut and Gemini. The question for Ace Sheelander, as it is every year with Team Gemini, is it truly twice as nice? He's got two 125-pound robots, and we asked him, have you ever moved off that and maybe tried to take on a different robot? And he said, listen, we haven't had the time, we haven't had the finances, so this is what we've got. Is it good enough to get a victory?
Well, it's interesting that you say that because he believes that this season is going to indicate whether they continue with this two-bot format or not. Again, there's a 250-pound weight limit on BattleBots. You can split that weight up into as many bots as you want. Each of Ace's bots weigh roughly 125 pounds, of course. They don't do well this season. They're probably just going to abandon this and then kind of build a whole different bot. So it really is do or die for them.
They'll be squaring off against Uppercut and the kids from MIT. The team is, of course, led by Alex Hattori, who just happens to be the #2 ranked yo-yo competitor in the world. Last year, an amazing BattleBots debut. They won 4 matches. They made it to the top 16 before getting ousted by the eventual champion Bite Force. This is a team to be reckoned with in 2020.
Yeah, Chris, Uppercut is really unique, and they have a massive new motor powering that fist, and I think that's going to really help them land some big blows this year. Take a look. It may not come as a surprise for a bot designed by a bunch of MIT students, but Uppercut's ability to land such powerful punches all comes down to science. Thanks to its massive size, Uppercut's weapon stores an immense amount of energy. In fact, compared to a weapon that's just an inch shorter, Uppercut's arm is able to produce about 15% more kinetic energy. But in the battle box, it's not necessarily how much energy you can generate, it's how much energy you can transfer. And during a strike, one way to maximize energy transfer is for more of your weapon to come in contact with more of your opponent. It's like a baseball player connecting on a home run versus a foul ball. Indirect contact doesn't send the ball very far, but when the bat connects with more of the ball, more energy is transferred. Uppercut's able to do this by getting closer to an opponent before their weapon makes contact. Compared to a double-sided weapon, Uppercut's single fist is in the strike zone for a smaller amount of time. That means they can continue to get closer to an opponent as their weapon finishes its rotation. And compared to a bot like End Game, if an opponent approaches at 5 miles per hour, Uppercut's able to get 4 times closer before they make contact. And that increases the chances that the strike goes from a foul tip to a home run. And unlike last season when they landed a strike, thanks to an entirely new weapon motor, Uppercut is now able to get back to its top speed insanely fast. In fact, in the test box, we clocked their weapon reaching its peak rotational velocity in just 1.76 seconds. That's about 30% faster than the weapon of a bot like Tombstone. And it's actually so fast that when we wired up their weapon with an accelerometer, it actually broke our sensor. So this season, when Uppercut's throwing punches, they're not going to be throwing jabs. They'll be throwing haymakers.
Wow. We'll see how that matches up against Gemini's 2-bot approach.